Hello everybody, welcome back. Let's have a look at some of these coins then, shall we? I imagine everybody's saying that the low is in now because obviously, they can see a bounce take place in front of their face. And so it makes it easier for them to say that. I don't follow other people on YouTube, so you tell me. But I said it yesterday, didn't I? I said it yesterday when the move was even happening in front of our face. I said V-shaped recovery is, I think that was the thumbnail, that's the overall vibe of my video yesterday. So I said it yesterday, that should count for something. Subscribe to me, don't subscribe to Noob Master and Bull Master and, a Shill Master. Subscribe to me. Truth Master. Right, so yeah, like I said, a V-shaped recovery is likely. It's probably I believe it to be the most likely situation moving forward. And the reason for that is that this move down isn't anything that we haven't expected. It's really not, okay? So, please help me out here, my subscribers, just help me out. Leave me in the comments. Have I not been saying moves down into 200 exponentials, golden cross retests across the board for altcoins is my next major position? Have I not been saying that? I've been selling, end of November, beginning of December, waiting for a larger drop for lower prices so I can get back in, preferably at golden cross retests. Have I not been saying that? Have I not been talking about patience and waiting and using the analogy of fishing to explain how to go about trading these markets? So if any of that resonates with you, just reiterate that in the comments section because lots of people don't quite get it. So I've been waiting for those golden crosses, and this on Bitcoin is a golden cross. It's a 50 exponential, but it is a portion of a golden cross. We're more interested in the altcoins, really. But yeah, this is good. So the criteria for continuation is going to get above the center of the Bollinger Band here, which is basically 100,000 on the daily. It's basically the same as well on the 4 hour. It's 99,400. So that's cool. Bitcoin's looking cool, but it does have to reclaim those areas. Altcoins are a little different. Altcoins are below their 200 exponentials on the 4 hourlies, which means if you're below there for too long, you get a death cross. If you get a death cross, you could get a rejection from there and you could get continuation down. So you've got to remember that. Ethereum doesn't have that yet, and Ethereum came all the way down almost to the 200 exponential. This is one of the only bids that wasn't filled. My limit order for Ethereum was down here, 3,040. And didn't get hit, unfortunately. It might sweep down there again, but personally I think it's unlikely with these 1-2 big drives of hidden bullish diversions. I think it's more likely that it's going to go for the V-shaped recovery like everything else. But for some examples of these golden crosses, and again, some are neater than others, so this is one that was filled for me yesterday. Bang, double golden cross for retest, 200 simple, 200 exponential. We should be now looking for the V-shaped recovery on SHIB. And I think this is a good example of what an altcoin is looking like now. So, SHIB, as you know, I was really trying to get this breakout, after buying down here, looking to get this breakout here. It didn't happen. I had to take profit when I saw the rejection take place down here. So, back in. Limit orders were set on the 200 exponential over here, so entry point was there, and now we're seeing the spring. But the problem with SHIB, as is with many altcoins, because we were looking at the so many altcoins last night on the Patreon, and I suggest you join, really. It is a good time to join the Patreon, I have to say. Because I believe we're still looking for a huge alt season next month, and maybe 2 alt seasons basically next year. Significant ones, life-changing ones. So you want to really think about how you're going to deal with that and make plans for it. And it's only £7.50 a month, so you can't really complain about that. I don't think, when you're talking about what you can get out of it. But this is what we're looking for at the moment. So we've got the death crosses here. 1 death cross, 2 death cross, simple and exponential, which means that these are now death crosses that could reject you. So in the short term, we are needing to get above these. We're going to have to break above them. Now, we've got golden cross retests on a daily. We're looking for death cross retests on a 4 hourly. So there is a battle between bulls and bears, really. It's the same analysis flipped on its head with different time frames. Now, a rejection on the 4 hourlies doesn't necessarily need to make a lower low. But it could, and probably will on the first attempt, give us significant rejection. So we'll have to keep our eyes peeled on that, because as we approach those areas, and again, just this is just SHIB, but there's so many altcoins doing the same thing. You do have to be cautious when you approach those. Once you're above them, and then you get your golden crosses on the 4 hours, you're basically good to go for a new local high. So we'll break this resistance once that's taken place. But the higher 10 time frames for me always trump the lower term time frames, and we've got the golden cross here, which is what we've been waiting for. We got it, and we've also got retests of the 20 moving average. And there was so much symmetry across altcoins yesterday, so much. We saw this across the board for many. There was a handful, I have to say, that we were looking on Patreon. There was a handful which I was unable to comment from, but the vast majority were following this kind of pattern. And you know me, there's power in numbers, so if they all want to do the same thing, that's where alt seasons continue from, because they move the market. Bitcoin's also bullish anyway, so we can't go wrong with that. Bitcoin's still in good stead for continuation, but altcoins are the ones that are going to do the V-shaped recovery and then some. That's what it looks like. So there's no guarantees, but I think it's very likely. Now looking at the Bitcoin dominance chart here, we had this huge mega wick all the way up here at 60%. Now we're sort of coming back down again. I still feel though, that the most likely scenario is that we're going to trickle down here in the form of, I suppose, alt season, alt rallies over time between now and September next year. That's the general direction. We see the rejection so far. We're closing so far below 58.5% dominance. We want to get back below 56.5% dominance for major continuation down on this. Which again is going to complement the altcoins. Break down below all moving averages, so just around 56.5%. Look, I mean, there's no other way to spin it. That's what I was saying on the stream last night. There's no other way to spin it. A V-shaped recovery is most likely. That's what I said on my video yesterday. I deserve, I suppose, some credit for that, because when you have this huge collapsing chaos all around you, everybody's saying it's over, it's dead, and then there's us who've been waiting for this for about 2 or 3 weeks, and then we have our orders filled all in one day, and then you have a big bounce from those orders, and then you're like, wow. Well, that was okay, wasn't it? Everyone else around you was crying, shivering in the corner. It's over. Blah, 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 blah. No, no. It's just starting. All right, it's just starting. There's orders filled. Right, I went from 10% exposure to crypto to over 60% in a single day, and across the board today. Just waking up. Significantly in profit. Within a 12-hour period. While I was sleeping. Anyway, so long may it continue, but remember what I said. We've got those 4 hourly battles with the death crosses. We would likely get rejected from there to begin with, but it's all about, do we make a higher low or a lower low? I believe it'll be a higher low, and then we go up to make another retest of those death crosses and break them, and then that's it. Anyway, I'll leave it with you there. Feel free to join Telegram, Patreon, even just this channel, subscribe. Rumble as well, because people have alluded to the fact that I might be shadow banned here for some reason. And YouTube's nice, I like YouTube, but I am building up a little fan base on Rumble, so maybe come over and find me on there as well, just in case one day YouTube decide to pull the plug completely. It's my backup plan. You can meet me there. Other than that though, I hope you have a nice day. Take it easy.